Arlene Quaratiello has always had a love of writing, literature, and teaching. While she was working nights and weekends at Raymond's Dudley-Tucker Library, she also served as a New Hampshire state representative and remained active in local politics. It was her local political activity that would create problems for her in her library position.
One morning I went into the library and the director and a trustee and the town manager were there. And they asked to speak to me, so before the library opened. And I didn't know what it was about. I had no clue what was about to happen. I thought I was doing a fine job. She said to me my probation was being terminated. And so I couldn't process what that even meant. And so it suddenly dawned on me, because what went through my head was that, oh, I'm doing such a good job that I'm no longer probationary. I'm a permanent employee. No. It was the exact opposite. I was being fired.
Arlene had written a letter to the editor of her local weekly paper, the Carriagetown News. Her letter was in support of library trustee candidates in her hometown.
These were the candidates in the town I lived in and represented in the legislature. Atkinson. The library I worked in was in Raymond. So it should have been totally separate. I should be able to assert my First Amendment right to support candidates. I wasn't supporting library trustee candidates in Raymond. Trustees are elected officials. They take an oath to uphold the Constitution. These trustees broke my First Amendment rights. And I felt that they needed to be held accountable. That's really why I pursued this. You know, it goes beyond just library trustees in a small town. What is that oath worth if you don't uphold it? So this was sort of what was percolating inside of me, these feelings of something, maybe not in those words, but it was that feeling that I needed to do something. The settlement I got was a consent decree and a document from the federal court. I didn't get a penny. And I just want people to know what happened. And what the consent decree said was, it said clear as day that the library trustees and the director had violated my First Amendment right, and that they were sorry they did so, and that the employee handbook would be changed with some wording. And so my concern all along was that what would stop them from doing this again? Because I was a thorn in their side because I just couldn't let this sit. But would someone else do that in my shoes? And I kind of think that a lot of people would have just gone away. And I couldn't. It's just who I am, So by changing, the employee handbook and really slapping them on the wrist with this, making them admit they did something wrong, they'll never do it again.
Upon threat of her lawsuit, Arlene had been given her library job back, including back pay. While the work environment at the library was not the most welcoming, she stuck it out until her lawsuit reached its conclusion, and she achieved the outcome and justice she was seeking. Arlene now works as a teacher in a charter school where her First Amendment rights are respected.
If you can't say what you want to say, if someone's telling you to sit down and shut up, you're not free.